Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Serie von Interviews. Bei mir ist Bill Howald, er ist von Reibatch CEO. Er ist auch 5% Aktionär von der Eure Company, also er ist einer, der weiß, von was er redet. Und Reibatch kennen wir schon sehr lange, denn vielleicht können Sie sich noch erinnern, da war damals eine Riesenspekulation, da waren ja von damals gehört allein noch manche Manager so intelligent, dass sie vergessen haben, ihre Permits zu bezahlen für die Rochester-Mine und die haben das dementsprechend aufgekauft, haben dann einen sozusagen Deal mit denen gehabt, die haben dann auch ziemlich zur Kasse gebeten worden und die müssen auch jetzt noch monatlich Royalty an diese Firma bezahlen und deswegen macht die Company das extrem sexy, weil die braucht sich nicht finanzieren. Denn die kriegt das Geld von der Eure Mines jetzt und das macht es eigentlich ganz spannend. Bill, thank you. Do you have time? I talk a little bit that you get a lot of money from Eure. Then the guys was so intelligent to pay their rights there, and you pick it up, the land position, and then you make a deal with them, and they pay now you a nice monthly royalty on the Rochester mine, and this is very good situation for you. Then you are not in financing mode.
No, that's correct. Yeah,
minimum for the next 3 years, 4 years.
Right. Well, based on the current production profile of the Rochester mine, the royalty will continue to pay us for an additional 15 quarters. So that's about 3.5 years. It pays roughly $1 million per quarter at the current gold and silver price, and of course we're all hoping for higher gold and silver prices, right, in all kinds of different situations. But if silver were to go to $25 per ounce, then we would get roughly $2 million per quarter.
Yeah, and this is a little bit surprising. So when we calculate this, that's the royalty means that around 15 to 25 million dollars coming into your company, and your market cap is only 20 million. That's mean you're only a shell company, but you have very great projects with a lot of resources on it. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about the resource, what are the plans for that.
Sure. Yeah. No. Well, that's right. I mean, I like to say that we're a deep value company in that we're only getting about 0.8 multiple on our cash. So our market cap is currently around $20 million. And that doesn't include any of the other great projects that we have in our portfolio. So the one that we're really focused on and developing towards production is our Lincoln Hill project. And there we have 600,000 ounces of M&I and 400,000 ounces of inferred. And we're currently, we completed a PEA last year. One of the things that we did was we wanted to take a different approach than a lot of companies have been taking, and that is we wanted to look at a sub $1,000 gold scenario. And so to do that, we completed our Whittle pit designs at $775 gold and $1,356 silver, giving us an overall gold equivalent of about $750. And inside those Whittle pits, then we looked at various economics. So if we take today's say gold and silver price, we have an internal rate of return somewhere around 50%. So it's a very robust project. We know as long as gold stays above $750, then we'll be able to pay back the capital, and that's the point. This is a starter pit for Lincoln Hill. If gold price goes up, obviously things can get bigger and better.
You believe that we're coming down to 750?
I think we're going to see sub $1,000 gold. Yes, I believe we're going to go down to 900 or 950.
Okay. I'm not. I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too, but I think that's the trend right now. I don't think we're going to see a recovery here in gold price until sometime mid to late next year, 2016.
Okay.
So that's why we're happy to be developing at this point in time, and then we can catch the next cycle going up.
Okay, but to this project, coming more to the details, when you plan to start the production, when everything running smoothly, for sure, and the capex are around 30 million. So how do you think you can finance this? 30 million is not a big one, and you get a lot of money also from Kerr. So maybe you can go a little bit in these details.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we're driving Lincoln Hill forward, in that it's a low capex, run-of-mine type heap leach operation. It's a very simple type of design. The capex is 30 million, although we're looking at some upside with potentially adding a crushing unit, which could add another, say, 3 to 5 million onto the capital. But what we believe is we have the funds through our royalty and the cash in the bank to bring us through to feasibility, and then we'll have a portion of the capital required to build the mine, and then we will go out to basically banks and get a loan to finance the rest of the mine. So you're right, 30 million is not a lot of money. We'll already have a portion of that. So, we're looking at financing, maybe 20–25 million dollars of that 30 to 35 million.
But when you, when I remember me right on your presentation, you use a relatively low recovery rate on gold compared to other mines. Is there some space for improvements?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the big milestones that we're actually working on right now. So in our PEA, we used 64% recovery for gold, and 64% recovery for gold and 59% recovery for silver. We know our neighbor at the Rochester silver mine, right? They produce about 5 million ounces of silver per annum from a heap leach. And we know there they have a crushing circuit. And our Lincoln Hill project is basically the same geology and metallurgy as the Rochester mine. So we believe that if we crush, we'll get a much larger metal content per ton of material. So right now we're in the process of doing that metallurgical testing. We've got a number of column tests underway with 6 different ore types. We're looking at several different crush sizes, and we're building that curve that's looking at a crush size versus gold liberation. So imagine if we can get something approaching what the Rochester mine is getting for recovery. We'll mine the same number of tons and potentially have 40% more metal per ton. So that'll have a huge impact on the economics of the project, a very positive impact.
You say you have around 1 million in different categories there. Is there any potential your projects or parts of it where you can expand this 1 million ounce?
Yeah, we believe so. We have 2 targets, Independence Hill to the south and Gold Ridge to the west. And both of those areas show some very positive results to date. We've completed some drilling there. Independence Hill is basically just the extension of the Lincoln Hill deposit. We've seen the same type of mineralization, same style of grades, and so we're pretty confident that we can add additional ounces there. And then over at Gold Ridge, it's a 6-kilometer long zone. We've got one area that looks very promising, a 20-meter thick interval with about 1¼ grams gold equivalent, all sitting at the surface. So what we kind of envision is within a 2-mile radius of Lincoln Hill, we have our 6, we'll have our 1 million ounces at Lincoln Hill. Perhaps we can identify another 500,000 at Gold Ridge and another 500,000 at Independence Hill. Now we're talking about a district with up to 2 million ounces that could be serviced into a central leach pad.
That sounds very good. Coming back to other story, 6 months or 8 months ago, you announced the share buyback program.
Right.
How it looks like? Do you buy every stock back, or are you in the middle in the process, or how's going forward?
Yeah, so we put forth a proposal to the stock exchange to buy back roughly 5% of our shares, which is about 7 million shares. And we have purchased shares back. There's a lot of rules and regulations associated with how we can buy back and what we can and cannot do. And so we have followed those rules. But to date, we've purchased roughly 2 million shares out of the market, and we've canceled those shares. So, You know, if there's sellers out there, there's a willing buyer. And when we buy those shares, we cancel them. So that means every share that remains has a little more value in it.
Is there a time period when you must finish this program, or you can expand this to the next 12, 18 months?
Yeah, the first cycle is 1 year.
Okay.
And then we have to renew, and we can renew it again. And we can continue to renew as long as we stay within the parameters of the stock exchange criteria.
Okay, thank you, Bill. I think that was a great introduction to your company. And good luck with first with the drilling and also with the recovery, what you get from your column tests. Ja, das war ein Update von RIPEDGE und als erstes muss ich mich eigentlich ja nochmal beim Kollegen Steiger bedanken, der mir sein Equipment zur Verfügung gestellt hat. Wissen Sie, das ist relativ schwer, weil man das immer rundum schleppen muss und deswegen bin ich froh, wenn ich das nicht tun muss, sondern er und deswegen freut es mich immer, wenn ich sein Equipment nutzen kann und Sie werden sehen, die Qualität ist auch viel besser oder einfach ein besseres Equipment als wie ich und deswegen nochmal danke an den Jochen Steiger, dass er mir das Equipment zur Verfügung steht. So, kommen wir zurück zu RIPEDGE selber. Ich habe es ja vorher schon mal gesagt, die kriegen Royalties von Könnt, früher Könnt allein. Die kriegen es auch noch 15 Monate, die sind ungefähr im Monat aktuell, 15 Quartale, das sind gut 3,5 Jahre noch, wo sie das bekommen. Das sind pro Quartal ungefähr 1 Million Dollar. Das hängt vom Gold- und Silberpreis ab, kann auch einmal raufgehen auf 1,5 oder 2 Millionen. Deswegen kann man es nicht genau sagen, wie viel das ist. Das ist ungefähr zwischen 15 und 30 Millionen ist das Cash, was in die nächsten 3,5 Jahre bei der Company reinkommt. Die Company hat 5 Millionen selber auf der Kante liegen. Marktkapitalisierung ist 20 Millionen. Sie haben ein Aktienrückkaufprogramm laufen und das ist jetzt das Wichtigste, haben ein Projekt auch noch, das zwar derzeit ungefähr rund 1 Million Unzen in verschiedenen Kategorien haben, können das bis 2018 in Produktion bringen, also sie arbeiten dran. Die Permit ist wie immer das, was am längsten dauert, deswegen könnte es durchaus sein, ja, es könnte früher sein, aber später. Aber Nevada ist sehr bekannt, dass ihre Regeln einfach abgearbeitet werden und auch in der Zeit sind, deswegen kann man das relativ genau abschätzen, dass das 3 Jahre dauern wird. Und die CapEx-Kosten sind dort nur 30 Millionen, das ist ungefähr dasselbe Geld, was sie nämlich ungefähr auch einnehmen durch den Könnt-Deal. Und natürlich müssen sie den teilweise auch fremdfinanzieren, aber das ist dort eigentlich dann mit durchaus mit Verbindlichkeiten, also indem dass man einen Bond aufnimmt oder bei Banken einfach Schulden macht, kann man das relativ einfach machen. Das ist relativ spannend. Warum? Weil nämlich die Company nicht diluted wird. Das, was ich am meisten hasse bei den Firmen, ist einfach, dass jedes Quartal irgendeine Finanzierung herkommt und wieder ein paar Millionen Aktien draußen sind und am Ende werden wir einfach verwässert. Und wir wollen nicht verwässert werden, sondern wir wollen eigentlich mit der Company wachsen und unser Geld halten. Bei dieser Company wissen wir, dass wir eigentlich nicht verwässert werden. Also von daher ist das eigentlich extrem positiv. Deswegen, ich habe die Company schon einmal vor ein paar Jahren auf dem Radar gehabt, nehmen Sie jetzt wieder auf dem Radar und genauso sollten Sie das auch dementsprechend machen. Das war's aus Wien und wir hören uns in Kürze wieder aus meinem Heimstudio. Tschüss.